The XRP army's gonna love this one. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why XRP is going to have an incredibly bullish 2025. I'm going to be explaining to you all of the different developments that have happened lately in the news that are going to cause these massive price predictions, and we're also going to show you exactly how to cycle out of your XRP this year after you've made the returns that we're talking about. Is XRP going to 589 this year? Probably not, but XRP very well may rally as high as $8.30 this year, so I'm going to show you exactly how to take profits on your favorite altcoin. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. You see, one of the most frequently asked questions that I get in my financial coaching is, Jeb, how do I cycle out of fill-in-the-blank altcoin this cycle? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and we're going to be talking about XRP. I'm also going to show you why it's going to rally so much. The first reason is because Bank of America, the second largest bank in the United States of America, has just adopted it. According to a report from CoinGate.com, Bank of America has officially adopted Ripple's tokens and their infrastructure for 100% of their internal transactions. That is extremely significant considering that Bank of America holds $266 billion of assets under management and is the second largest bank in the United States after JP Morgan Chase. In a recent Fox Business interview, Sound Planning CEO David Stryzewski revealed that Bank of America has integrated XRP for 100% of their internal transactions. His XRP news disclosed that the bank had also filed 83 patents around Ripple, putting its native token ahead to become the fundamental component of finances in the future. Now, this is not just a nobody company. These guys have been in business for about 30 years. They were founded in 1998. The CEO of Sound Planning Group Incorporated isn't just a nobody. He actually knows what he's talking about. He's a Christian who has showed up on all kinds of talk show hosts over the last several years talking about markets. As we discuss where XRP is going in the year of 2025, let's remember that after the SEC case was won, more or less, by Ripple in July of 2023, we've had a lot of adoption going on in the United States that has not necessarily reflected in the price just yet, this being one of those stories. But this is naturally not the only story that we've seen lately that shows us why XRP is going to rally so much. According to Ripple's president, Monica Long, she expects to see their new stablecoin, RLUSD, on more platforms imminently. A side note about RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin, it's growing very quickly. It's overtaken PYUSD and a bunch of others, integrating Chainlink, which is going to help Chainlink succeed. And that is only going to drive more attention to Ripple, the company, and to XRP, the token. But the actual point here is that in a recent interview, Long suggested that XRP could follow Bitcoin and Ethereum as the next candidate for a spot exchange traded fund. Discussing regulatory developments, Long pointed to an evolving regulatory landscape in the United States as a factor that could accelerate the approval process for crypto spot ETFs. She suggests that changes in the U.S. administration might further drive these advancements. Long's remarks reflect Ripple's confidence that increased regulatory clarity will unlock further growth opportunities for the cryptocurrency industry. And when you think about it, it makes sense that XRP would be the next exchange-traded fund to be approved after Ethereum. After all, after Bitcoin and Ethereum, skipping Tether because it's a stablecoin, XRP is the next cryptocurrency. I think it's extremely likely that in 2025, you're going to see an XRP ETF coming, especially considering how the new SEC chairman that's coming in under Donald Trump, Paul Atkins, is rumored to be dropping any charges remaining on XRP. Very well may completely turn the tables on what Gary Gensler was doing and actually approve an XRP ETF. If we do see an XRP ETF, we're likely to see hundreds of millions, if not well over $1 billion, flow into that ETF very quickly, which would lead to price appreciation like we have not seen before. Something we've also got to consider is Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderoty, the CEO and CLO's recent dinner with Donald Trump over the last few days. This is not something that you see very often. Somebody sitting down to a private dinner with Donald Trump. You've got to understand, Donald Trump is a very busy man. His dinners are normally fully booked by somebody. There's just not many of them. There's 365 of them every year. So for them to get a dinner with Donald Trump and talk about it and come out saying that it was very productive and basically encouraging is a good sign that something is probably coming in the near-term future, but we don't necessarily know what yet. But it is good news nonetheless. Now, let's talk a little bit about technical analysis, our price targets, and how we can actually exit out of our XRP positions this cycle so that we can generate the highest return in 2025. One of my favorite ways to generate price targets is by using something that we call Fibonacci extension. Fibonacci extensions are tools that we use to predict what the next major levels will be on price action based on a mathematical formula called the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is that one sequence that you learned in math class one time, never thought you'd use, but now you're using it because, wow, something actually did apply from public school. It's that one sequence that goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, etc. Basically, you add the last two numbers in the sequence together to get the next number. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5, 5 plus 3 equals 8, etc. And when you divide those numbers, you get the Fibonacci sequence numbers, or in other words, the Fibonacci ratios. One of those ratios is 1.618, which is also known in mathematics as fee, and it is generally a level that markets will rally to if you extrapolate the Fibonacci off of previous price action. You can also add 1 to fee to get 2.618 and 3.618, which oftentimes are levels that markets will rally to. For example, in the last bull market, Bitcoin rallied to the 3.618 Fibonacci level at approximately $65,000, and that's where we hit our all-time high. On XRP, when we draw our Fibonaccis, we get a couple of levels, the 1.618 and the 2.618, which are particularly interesting to our topic today. The 1.618 level sits at $5.30, just above the $5 mark, which is going to be a big even level, and the 2.618, which very easily could be hit, sits at roughly $8.50. To show you the methodology, we are extrapolating Fibonacci's based off of our bull market high in 2018 and our bear market low in 2019 and 2020, not regarding the last bull market because it was price suppressed by the SEC case, which opened here in December of 2020 and closed here in July of 2023. As you can see, at current, we are sitting below the 0.786 level on this Fibonacci level, helping us to validate that this drawing of the Fibonacci is the correct one because it is actually being useful for current technical analysis, giving us resistance around $2.60, which is a current major level of resistance on XRP. So we got the levels, great. I could leave you there, but that wouldn't be very helpful. Let's talk about where XRP is actually going to go and just a few of the other details so that we can figure out how to exit and make money in this cycle. The first thing I want you to consider is that there was a time in history that XRP actually flipped Ethereum. Right after I got into the cryptocurrency space in 2017, but before both of them hit all-time high, XRP flipped ETH. As you can see here, December 31st, 2017, XRP was actually $12 billion higher in market capitalization than Ethereum was. Naturally, that didn't last long, but XRP has proven itself with way less adoption than it has right now, that it can actually be worth more than Ethereum at the bull market peak. Does that mean it's going to stay there? Probably not, but can it get there? Yes. XRP is currently valued at $133 billion market capitalization, where Ethereum is valued at a $400 billion market capitalization. Keep in mind, however, that this is not the bull market all-time high, and Ethereum's bull market all-time high will probably be closer to $10,000, which would put market capitalization shy over $1 trillion for Ethereum. If XRP were to flip $1 trillion market capitalization Ethereum, then XRP could easily rally to $15. So is $5 to $8 realistic? Yes, it is. So the 5.3 to 8.5 price targets pass the sniff test. They actually do make sense. Now, something else I want you to consider is that XRP hit its $3.30 all-time high here approximately 400 days after the election. If you'll recall, Bitcoin tracks on the elections. Bitcoin always, so far in history, has hit the bull market all-time high between 360 and 400 days post-election. In 2017, XRP followed that by spiking about 400 days post-election, hitting all-time high just after Bitcoin did. However, that didn't happen in 2020 and 2021 because of what? Because of the SEC case grinding everything to a halt. In other words, we've kind of got to throw this cycle out the window because it's been corrupted by the SEC case, which was such an all-encompassing bearish effect on XRP. Only 28 days post-election this cycle, we see XRP almost return to all-time high. Well, if within 30 days of the election, we can return to nearly all-time high, where could we go 400 days post-election with Bitcoin having tripled since the election from 70 probably to about $200,000? Where could XRP go? Again, considering the adoption, considering everything going on, that makes $5 to $8 way more likely, even puts $10 well within the range of possibility. So again, since we've established that it's not total nonsense that XRP could go here, how should we exit assuming that you've already built your position? If not, dollar cost average, buy the dips. Real simple. Well, there are two major strategies that I would teach you if we were in a financial coaching call right now, and I would apply one of them based on your current situation. If you've got a small XRP position and you don't have a lot of time and it's just not worth your time to micromanage it, then I would go with option one. If XRP is a large portion of your portfolio, then I would go with option two. So let's talk about option one, about how we could exit our XRP position. Option one, the quick and dirty. With option one, again, this is just something for you to consider. It's not financial advice. I want you to consider exiting 10 to 20% of the position right before all-time high. At that point, you'll likely be pulling most, if not all, of your principal out of the market, so you're only dealing with profits. So that's 10 to 20% of the portfolio here right below the previous bull market all-time high of $3.30. After that, again, in option one, quick and dirty, we got a few other levels that we want to consider taking profits at. And by the way, when I say just below $3.30, I would recommend looking at around $2.90 to make sure you actually get the exit in case something happens. The next level that we're going to take profits at is going to be this 1.5 level, right around $4.90. Why $4.90? Well, our 1.618 Fibonacci extension sits at $5.30, and we want to make sure that we are actually getting an exit. Something that people do all the time, and it drives them crazy and it drives me crazy, is they put their exit at exactly $100,000 on Bitcoin. They put their exit at exactly $5.30 on XRP. And guess what happens? Bitcoin goes to $99,400. XRP goes to $5 $5.29 and you never actually get your exit. It's better to get the order to execute than to get the perfect order that doesn't execute. A plan that looks great on paper but doesn't actually get followed through on is not a good plan. So what we're gonna do is, instead of putting an exit at $5.30, we're gonna put it at $4.90 to make sure that we actually catch the exit. We're gonna take a little bit of a loss on it getting the exact top, but we're actually gonna get the exit. I can't stress that enough. Keep in mind, $5 is a big even. It is certainly guaranteed going to be a major level of resistance for XRP. It's about 50% higher than the previous all-time high. It's 100% going to be a level of resistance. So getting an exit at $4.90 secures you for actually getting an exit. So our second exit for option one, that quick and dirty option, is we're going to take an exit around $4.90. Again, this is just an idea, something I want you to take home, do some homework on, do some research on. But around $4.90, we might consider exiting another 20 to 40% of the position. At this point, we're going to exit a much larger percent of the position, and this is going to be a lot of profit. That first exit down here, that's going to help us get our principal out so that we're safe. This is our saving our butt exit. You're not going to have much cap gains on this. This second exit right up here is where you're going to actually be making quite a bit of a return, because you're probably entered with an average cost basis below $2. You're exiting at $5. You're probably looking at a 250% return at least, if not way more. That leaves one more exit that I want you to look at here in that option one, quick and dirty option. You're just trying to make this simple for yourself, and that would be right below the next fib level. That next fib level sits up here at 2.618, around $8.50. We're gonna retrace about 15 cents, and we're gonna place our next order here around $8.35. This is where I'm going to be placing some of my exits on XRP this cycle, around $8.35. It's below the fib level. It's also below $10 in case we don't quite get there, and we're gonna exit another 20 to 40% of the position. This is the area where you're probably getting a 10x return on your XRP because you're exiting some of the position here. You've exited somewhere really early to make sure you're safe, mitigate your risk, but you've held on to a lot of it towards the end to maximize your reward. So you're playing both sides of the aisle in a wise way. You're making sure you're not going to get screwed and miss out on a reward at all, but you're also setting yourself up for major profits. At this point, you may have liquidated your entire position if you did 20, 40, 40, but you may not have if you did as little as 10, 20, 20. In that case, you might have 50% of your portfolio left. But remember, if XRP keeps up with Ethereum and even potentially flips it short term like it did in 2017, it's proven it can do it before, XRP could rally well over $10, maybe to $15. Some people are even saying $20. Could it go to $5.89? No, but it might go to 10 and it might go to 15. So it's not a bad idea to hold a moon bag just in case it does actually go there. Hey, if it does go to $5.89, then you've got a little bit left that you can make a 600x on. The last thing I want to encourage you on is that based on the way that Ripple is growing, RLUSD is growing, and XRP, the token itself, is growing, I think that XRP at this point makes a really solid long-term hold. The adoption has massively exploded. The fundamentals they're in a different stratosphere than they were even a year ago. So if you end up holding some of your XRP for the long run, I don't think that's a bad thing. In fact, that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold some of our XRP for the ultra long term. We're not cycling out of all of it this cycle. So make sure to delineate. Am I keeping 25% of my portfolio for the ultra long term? Am I selling 75% of it this cycle? Split those up. Put them in two separate wallets. Treat them as two separate accounts, because it's a good idea to make sure you're not just trading for the cycle, but that you also have investments for the long term. Because while XRP could go to $10 this cycle, if it gets the kind of adoption that it's talking about, it could go to 100 in the 2030s or 2040s. So don't forget that long-term investment component, and tell me in the comment section down below where you are planning on selling your XRP this cycle. That second option that we have is really exciting as well, because that's the more nuanced approach. We're still going to take an exit right here below the all-time high to cover our butts. That's called the cover your butt exit, making sure that you get the principal out. After that, however, every week or on a fixed basis, we're going to withdraw based on the level. What this is going to look like is, you might say, between previous all-time high of $3.30 and $4, we're going to withdraw 1% profit per week. Between $1 and $4.85, we're going to withdraw 2% per week. Between $4.85 and $5.75, we are going to withdraw 3% per week. This allows us to weight more of our exiting towards those higher levels. Maybe between $5.75 and $7, we withdraw 4% per week. But the point is, you are able to adjust the plan as you go. Okay, XRP just got adopted by India. I have no idea. Maybe you're not selling 5% a week until you get above $10, but you get to change the plan with new fundamentals coming in. This is a much more micromanagey approach to liquidating your portfolio, as you need to manage it on a daily or weekly basis, but it does have a high probability of actually actually bringing about higher returns. So if XRP is more than like 2% of your portfolio, then it may be worthwhile to put the extra elbow grease into getting as high of an exit as possible. Option 2 is mainly for the people that have a lot of XRP, a lot of time, and they want to make sure they get the absolute biggest bang for their buck. Option 1 is for people where maybe XRP is 5% of your portfolio and you just don't have the time to micromanage it the way that you would if it were 80% of your portfolio. So it's better off for you just to put a couple of limit orders in Coinbase or Uphold or wherever and call it a day. Tell me in the comment section down below, are you going to go with option 1 or option 2? And also, if you haven't already, make sure to sign up for Blowfin because this is a great place for you to be trading your XRP right now. If you didn't already know, Blowfin has a massive trading competition with a $200,000 reward pool in play right now. It's the 2025 Become a Whale competition. There is over $1 billion of trading volume that has occurred in an $80,000 prize pool that's been unlocked. By the end of this competition, probably $200,000 will be unlocked in the prize pool. And for those of you guys that get in here and start trading, you're going to be able to earn significant rewards based on your trading volume. As you can see, boom, XRP over USDT spot market and also XRP over USDT futures market right there. If you think you got what it takes and you can be safe, they have XRP leverage trading over here as well as Bitcoin leverage trading and all the other major kinds of markets that you're looking to trade, whether on leverage or on spot. Please be very careful with leverage trading. But the bottom line is, I know a lot of you guys do it, and if you're going to do it, I want you to do it on the right platform, and Blowfin's a place to be, and you can get access to a $200,000 prize pool if you sign up with our link in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Go jam to some Baby Shark. And before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.